Get ready for another episode of the Voiceover Gurus podcast. Real talk about the voiceover industry. This is Brian Lee, and I'm featured in episodes 8, 9, and 11. Enjoy.
Hey, welcome back. This is the Voiceover Gurus podcast. Hi, JJ.
Hi.
How are you?
Wait, I'm just parting my hair on the left for today's show. Just to kind of change things up a little bit. There we go.
Your hair does look very nice today. I love it.
Oh, there we go. Little lick there.
A lick. Nice.
Hi, Linda.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm hanging in. How about you?
I pressed record this time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, wait, did I? Yes, I did.
You did. You did. You're good.
I did, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
So what's happening? I think maybe for this podcast, we should just sit and stare at each other, not say anything.
Yeah, that could be a little relaxing, though.
It could.
Too relaxing.
Breathe deeply.
I'm in my new studio, which, as you can see, is still a mess. None of the panels have been... I'll do my little camera here. None of the panels have been installed. Everything is sitting haphazard, which makes me absolutely crazy.
Yes. It's beautiful, though.
Thanks. It's just, I am not good living in chaos. I know.
No, I'm not either.
Right?
No.
I like everything to have its place. Like Dave loves to live in chaos. So if you go to into his room at any given time, there will be stuff everywhere. Yeah. And that I can't exist like that. I need to have my piles. I need to have everything organized. So this is making me crazy, but they're making me hold out on putting up the panels until, you have to see what the sound is going to be like in the room.
It sounds pretty good right now. It sounds pretty dead.
Thanks, but it's there. You know how it is. You need to go to a new place. It's just, so it's this whole trial and error. So like we heard noises upstairs yesterday. So now we got to contact the landlord. He's got to insulate the ceiling because you can't have, chatties happening during sessions. Now we have a separate booth, but then that's not finalized yet. So everything's haphazard. I'm hoping next week, I don't know, we'll make some progress. But yes, it's very exciting to get into a new place.
Yes. For the last, 3 weeks, this part of the wall right here, if you can see me, is the outside wall of the house. It's right behind a little tiny deck with stairs that goes out to the driveway. That way is the bedroom. That way is the living room kitchen. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been hearing a little thumping noise.
Really?
On the wall here. So I went out and looked, and there was nothing on the wall on the whole side of the house. And then I walked around the corner to the front of the house, and there's a little sign that says welcome that was going blum, blum, in the wind against the house. So nobody is welcome anymore. I took it down.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So, and there was also a tabletop that we had discarded on the back porch, which was rumbling through the 2x4s in the house or whatever, and it weighs like 80 pounds. It was just leaning against the thing, and then boom, boom. So yesterday I put it on a couple of pieces of wood, took a saw, and cut it into pieces and got rid of it. Unfortunately, I didn't put it on the piece of wood correctly, and I cut through the piece of wood that was underneath it as well.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I couldn't understand why. It was so hard to cut. I was like, God. And then I picked it up, and the carpet is in 2 pieces. And I went, oh, no. Anyway.
All right. We have to pause for 1 second because I have a slight technical issue.
A technical issue?
Okay. Now, wait. We're reversed. Everybody's watching me. Have fun with this, probably. I'm learning how to use this eCam Live, folks, as you can see. But now it's back to normal. Looks like JJ's on everybody's right and I'm on everybody's left. So, okay, I'm not touching anything. I promise I'm done. As JJ slowly fades out of frame.
What's going on, Linda? Can you move it back? Oh, okay.
So we had a student listener question who this gentleman just started out in the industry. He's one of our students, just like so many.
Gentleman.
A gentleman.
Wow.
He's a gentleman. And he was asking about what do we recommend newbies do as far as looking for jobs, like the initial first stages of what you think. Where do you send students? Where do you tell them to go first?
7-Eleven usually.
Oh,
you work the night shift.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And say things like, would you like to buy a pack of Parliament lights?
That's not nice.
Oh, sorry. Just character voice, that's all. Just character voice, that's
yes.
all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Paytoplays is a good place to start, or if you're really good, somebody will recommend you to an agent. We had that happen in the last 2 weeks. We had a couple of our students, more than a couple, we've said goodbye to.
Right.
And we got a really nice letter from one of them.
In the mail?
No, in the email. Let me just. I'd like to read this to you because
it was very nice.
It really was. Where was that? Oh, there it is. It says no. It says you didn't click on it correctly.
Come on, JJ.
Is. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Just so you know, I had my best month in March, and this week I've gotten 3 bookings on voices.com. So, yep, 3 ellipses. You guys are the best coaches I've had by far. Aww. Thank you so much, and I'll keep promoting you guys to others who have the potential.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Little bird, fly.
Yes.
Go spread your wings.
We've had to say goodbye to quite a few people in the last couple of weeks because they were there where they need to be, and we've got a couple that are very close. Mm-hmm. And just a couple of minor things. We're working on demos with other people, and it's going very well. And I know we're off topic already, but I got some reads from a student, and I mean, he's good. He's got a fantastic voice. And I think what makes you and I different than everybody else is I felt horrible. You know, he sent a bunch of spots, and they were all okay. Mm-hmm. But he comes from a different background, and he's kind of stuck in that mode.
Yeah, that happens.
Which is easily breakable. Mm-hmm. It's just a question of time. But I had to call him today after speaking with you, and we both agreed immediately what the problem was.
Right.
About, we think that you ought to just get more into the acting and this and that. And I said, I got to tell you, I feel so badly about having to
tell you this,
giving you this news. Mm-hmm. And he said, he said, no, this actually makes me happy. And he said, it gives me hope. And I went, all right. I said, I could have said, yeah, every read you did is fantastic. Let me build you a demo. It's $1,750 million, and you go on your way. But I said, Linda and I are not that way.
No.
We want you to be, because the one guy we just let go, we did his demo, and he is absolutely kicking butt.
Yeah.
I mean, 1,000 a week, from 0 to 1,000 a week in no time at all. Mm-hmm. So I felt badly, but I said, we are honest.
Definitely.
And honestly, here's my opinion of the reads. You're very close. And, we came up with a game plan together. And I think, shortly he'll be doing the same thing. Yeah,
he has a fantastic natural read. But like you said, because of his past and where he has worked, broadcasting related, he's in some modes. And he's got some...
And I told him I was, too, when I first started voiceovers. I was in that radio mode. Right. And everybody was saying, you sound like an announcer. Mm-hmm. And I said, I am an announcer. And they said, not for this spot, you're not. Get out.
But I know the last time, because we had our mock audition a couple weeks ago, which was fantastic. And I remember thinking when he did his, that the only way I could really describe what it was is that he was projecting himself outside of himself. I know, I'm not explaining it properly, but it's like he's not in tune at that moment with the copy. He's not connecting, so it's truly him. It's like an exterior version of him, if that makes sense.
But when you do what he does and I did for a living for so many years, it's just, write them and read them.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a persona.
It's acting.
Yeah, but it's like when you're in radio or TV or whatever, you create a persona for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to. And that's what your viewers or listeners get to know. So the thing is with voiceover, we become so many different, people and characters in a day's work that we can't just attach ourselves to one persona.
Right. Exactly right.
So, that's why some people have such a difficult. It is, I know it does take time. It is tough though. If you're in the same mode, you have to break yourself. But acting classes do that.
Yes.
Workouts.
Had an audition this morning that broke me away from a lot of different things. I had to throw away everything I've ever learned.
Wow.
and just pull it back. And I was questioning my diction on a couple of the words, but I said, no, that sounds like a real guy.
Wow.
Just like I've been talking.
Yeah. Those are hard reads to do.
They are, because they're not perfect.
Right. Yeah, they're total performance-based.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely start with the Paytoplays. That's a good place to learn. You had mentioned a place this morning to me.
Yes, Cast Voices just launched. And they come from a different, what I'm hoping is going to remain, it's more actor-focused and voice talent-focused. So, it isn't about the company making such huge money. And so it's run by, people that are in the industry that are just like us. So I'm excited that they're going to be launching, I think they've already launched the platform, but I think everything really starts rolling in May. So you might want to check them out if you want to get onto a platform that is honest and transparent at this point. Some of them start off that way and then they change.
Yes. Then they change. They go, we can make 16 times the money if we do this.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that
Screw the talent.
Yeah, I'm hoping this stays,
yes,
with
that would be nice.
How they're starting. But yeah, I always advise students too to start with the Paytoplays. I know it's frustrating because you have to audition a lot, but that's the point. Because then you get all that practice. And, if you get some of our students are like, I'm upset because I get shortlisted, but I'm not booking anything.
Okay, stop. That doesn't mean anything. As I've said before in our workouts, when I used to audition for Voice 1, 2, 3, they would give you, 39 people have auditioned, and right now you're ranked number 1. I never, ever booked a spot in 7 years where I was ranked number 1.
Right.
If I was number 12, I got it booked a couple times.
Right.
So forget about that. Forget about it. Don't say, oh, I was shortlisted. Yeah, but did you get the job? No. Then don't worry about being shortlisted.
But, on the other hand,
do the audition and walk away.
I agree. But on the other hand, too, I think you should be complimented that you're shortlisted.
Yeah, but one guy got shortlisted and they hadn't heard his audition yet.
I don't understand how that works.
Well, see, that's how much you can count on that. I got shortlisted and they didn't even hear me. They like the way I look. What?
I understand.
I wouldn't put too much, into that, but
right.
It is frustrating.
And it's truly a grind, as you hear people talk about, because you have to set out to audition, multiple times a day, and you may not book anything for months and months and months, but you can't think.
Really,
that
Linda,
have
you thought about taking lessons?
But it's the same thing that's been told to me about the marketing aspects and networking.
I'm available Thursday nights if you need something, Linda.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Right, because I only go months and months, not months and months.
But it's the same premise, and this was taught to me when I started to really try to do my research on networking and getting online and trying to meet, putting my demos out there. And I was told by some very reputable people, prepare yourself. You may not get anything for months. You might not get any response for months and months. So don't
I've had to go more
than
a year.
Yeah.
With demos. You send out a demo.
Yeah.
A year and a half later, they call. They go, oh, man, I just heard your demo. That was great. And you look at your calendar and you go, I sent that back in 1994.
I know.
We missed 16 years of work together because you didn't hear my damn demo then? But it's really true. I really have gotten a job a year after I've sent the demo.
That's crazy.
It's the business.
I had an experience last week. I booked a job from a client who said...
For who? What client, Linda? Hang on. Let me... Sorry.
Who said to me, we're going to be doing this video, blah, 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 and one of our colleagues, is in this group of people and knows of you and really highly recommends you. But they've never worked with me before, but I know it's because of my reach outs. That's been what it is. So... fantastic. We did the job last week. Everybody was happy. But that you have to remember that it's just the constant, put it out there. Send your demo to as many people. So for newbies, if you love your demo and you're confident in your ability, not only get on the Paytoplays. To being able to live
up to it.
Yes. Not only get on the Paytoplays, but start to get on LinkedIn, start to research production companies, and keep a very good, CRM database.
A crumb
of everybody that you contact, so that way you can know when to follow up.
You don't want to make the mistake of, calling a guy, sending him a demo, and then accidentally calling him 2 days later and go, did you hear it yet?
Right.
Because he or she is going to go, no. Yeah. And then it's going to go in the garbage. Delete.
I know that for me, in reaching out or having contact or doing a job with someone in the past, I was really bad about follow-up beyond that because I'd be on to my next job. And that's not what you should do,
When you're very busy working, you tend not to market.
I know,
and then
it's
everything
terrible.
goes, and then you wish you'd been marketing during
Right.
the busy times as well.
Because I'm like, I should have followed up. I should have checked in. I should have done. But of course, you're busy, so it's this double-edged sword. I mean, what do you do?
Wow, does that mean it's sharp on both sides?
Yeah, sharp on both sides.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So you have to make the time no matter what. I
Yeah.
don't care how much you're working.
I ought to start to do that again.
Yes. You've been talking
When you
about
get-
doing it.
When you get old like me, and you've got your clients that you've always had, and you just sort of, okay, I'll be here if you need me. Go out, make toothpicks, whatever. Yeah, I really do. But I do that every now and then. I just pick up the phone and call somebody. Go, hey, how you doing? It's been a long time. Who is this? Stuff like that.
Hey, but we're honest, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Very
are.
honest about what's happening.
Yes, we are.
So that would be our advice,
Yeah, that would be my advice. Yeah.
There's no magical.
Yeah.
I had someone inquiring about taking lessons here at the studio about 2 weeks ago, and the woman asked me, she said, what percentage of your students continue and actually go and become successful and make money? And I
0.0006.
well,
Just kidding.
I told
Little
her
humor.
5% of the people that walk through my doors or do coaching online with us actually follow through. And it has nothing to do with the coaching. It has to do with you. That's it.
Yeah.
And the other 95% get tired. They don't want to audition. They get frustrated. They can't handle the rejection, so they quit.
Yep.
And that's really what it comes down to, because it's just persistence pays off. But it's really only 5% that actually, when I told her that, I was like, oh, wow, it's kind of eye-opening for me.
Oh, yes. It's, yeah.
Because at this,
It's work. It's like any other job. You've really got to learn it.
Because at this point, I mean, it's probably less than 5%. We've had around 300 people come through us for coaching in some way, shape, or form. And we can probably count the ones that are working on 2 hands and one of your feet. There you go. You don't.
6.
And I'm not telling you this to discourage you by any means, because hey, maybe I don't
No,
realize
because it's up to them.
Yeah, but
It's
maybe I don't realize that some are working and they're just not telling me that they're working.
I doubt it. But you know us. Us voiceover talent, we don't go, nope, I didn't do anything today.
I mean,
Yeah, right, yeah. Right.
yeah. So, yeah.
But it's a tough business. It's just like, 50 people going for a job interview to be a pharmacist or something. It depends on how good you are and how well you did in school. And this is school. This is practice.
But did you ever imagine yourself doing anything else other than voiceover?
Oh, absolutely not.
Right.
No.
I know.
No. And people say, so are you ever going to retire? And I go, why?
Right.
I've been retired my whole life.
Right.
I love what I do for a living, and it's not work for me to come in here and do auditions and sessions and stuff.
Exactly.
The more that's coming in, the happier I am.
And
Of course, that makes sense. But I know a lot of guys who, there's one guy I know, I think he's 80, still doing car spots.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
It's just, we're so fortunate.
But I know that when it gets slow and I'm looking for work,
That I hate.
that part stinks. But I think to myself, well, what else am I going to do? I mean, I'm not going to go back to retail or whatever it was I did before. I'm definitely not going back to radio. So
No.
I don't have a backup plan. That's what I would say. I have no
You don't want to do the midnight shift at Joy 107?
no legs.
Do the weather on the quarter hour. It's 72.
Yeah. No.
Da-da-da-da, Joy 107.
Been there, done that.
Okay.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Oh, me too.
Right? I'm good.
Me too. Yeah, I used to drink beer while I did that too. It was amazing.
Did you really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was. Thank God for it was in the overnights. Yeah.
So other than that, I mean, what are the other things? What?
Never a good idea to have the program director call you and go, "You coming in today?" Oh, no. sorry. I'll just take a quick cold shower and some coffee, and I'll be right there.
You're coming in today.
You been asleep yet? Nope. Oh, the good old days.
That's
the
funny.
good old days.
I remember when I was doing radio and I'd do the overnights, upon every once in a while. And sometimes the next person wouldn't come in.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so guess what? Guess who stays?
Yeah.
And you could be totally exhausted, but I didn't mind it because we would get like time and a half because it was union. But even still, after being there for 5 hours from like midnight to 5 a.m., you're like ready to,
No. I want to go have a Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a funny looking bottle of Jack.
Pure Leaf.
Oh, Pure Leaf.
Pure Leaf,
Sorry.
Unsweetened, but has caffeine to keep me jacked.
Urine water.
That's not nice, JJ.
Well, it looks like it. It's probably good for you. I don't know.
I think it is. I don't know.
If I've always said it's better to be pissed off than... Never mind.
So
Depends on what you're into.
What?
Yeah,
I guess so. This is a whole different conversation.
Hey, look where you work. Digital waterworks.
That's true. You
should change it to sports, I think.
Digital water sports. I don't know. I don't think that's good either. Anyway.
Probably, yes. Sorry, Linda.
Anyway, we got pretty lucky in the month of April because pretty much...
Oh, did you? Tell us about it.
We got lucky. Because we pretty much sold out all our workouts.
For this month?
For April, yeah.
Oh, God, I wish I were available.
Pretty cool. You better be.
Wow.
People aren't booking just for me or Alyssa.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm ready.
I hope so.
I'm ready. Got some good copy for next Wednesday, too, because with all the auditions that we've gotten.
Oh, yeah. Got some good stuff.
Got some really good stuff.
I think
that's going to challenge everybody.
I think the only workout that's left that has any spots would be the 28th, the very last Wednesday. So, but we are going to do another mock audition workout. We're going to do it in May.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I've had a couple of people ask about that.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
It really was.
That was so much fun.
So what I'm trying to do is post the dates during, I did it middle of the month in March for April, and everything sold out really quickly. So just be aware that if you do want to do a workout with us, you got to watch that newsletter because that's when I'm telling you, hey, the classes are open because people jump on it pretty quick. And because we keep the class to only 6 people, we don't have the option. We're choosing not to have the option to have too many people.
Right. We could go to 15 and only half of them would get to read.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
No, that's not good. No,
that's not us. That's not how we.
No, it's not us.
That's not how we do our thing.
It's really not.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're real.
So
it gives me time to go, do that again.
Really abuse somebody.
I've never said that once ever to anybody. I always lie. And
you go, one more time, smooth it out.
Yeah.
That's the common one. Just
give me 3 in a row of C. Remember FDIC.
So it was cool to also last podcast we had Bobby Maxwell and Kevin Kilpatrick on from the Middle Class VO podcast, and that was fun.
Yes, it was. And I thought he did brilliantly in his cold read.
Yes.
That was amazing.
He wrote a very in-depth script.
Yes, I did. It took me like 3-4 seconds.
Yeah, it was very good, though. And it was challenging as well.
It was. It's hard to get the 4 letters in the right order, Remember CDIF? No, let's do it again.
FDIC.
Oh, okay, that was good.
But do you do any kind of follow-up now when you get a new client? Do you do any kind of, I don't know, post email, send them money? What do you do?
Yeah, if I feel the vibe was there, I will say thank you. I enjoyed it. I hope we can do it again every day. I usually say something like, I say that at the end of sessions with people. So I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do another one. And they always go, ha, 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 ha. I don't know. So, but I don't overdo it because once they have worked with you, they know you're there.
Yeah.
For a certain amount of time. And then it just seems like there is like an edge where if you go past that time limit, they forget about you. Because they've moved on to somebody else. And then you write them and they go, oh, my God, I haven't heard from you in a while.
Right.
And then you get a gig with them.
Right.
So it's so hard to know when not to tick them off.
Yeah.
It's really the marketing part is really difficult.
When I get a new client and I really don't understand, well, I mean, even if I do somewhat understand the project, I ask to get on a phone call with them. And I say, let's talk about it. I want to hear because, A, I want them to hear my voice in relation to their project. I want to make more of a personal connection as well.
Right.
And
3.
The last project, A, B, C, 3, was a Zoom call with the client and the ad agency because I truly was not understanding where the client was coming from and what she was looking for in my read because she'd rejected the first 2. So, but it was great to get the 4 of us on a Zoom call to really talk about it. I did a couple of live reads for them of a couple of, and here's what I do too. I say, look, why don't I read, because this was it was 3 minutes. I say, let me read a few paragraphs for you and let me get the approval on that first before I continue.
Right.
Because
exactly.
It takes like an hour. You deep-breath it, you do everything, and then for them to go, no, that's not the right feel. So I did a little bit of a live thing for them. They said, that's what we're looking for. And then immediately afterwards, we signed off. I recorded it. I did a couple of paragraphs. I sent it. Here, I gave them 2 slide options. They picked the option. Boom, we were done. But
now, did you punch into the second option just to keep the flow?
Yes.
Because that's what I do sometimes.
Yes, I did.
Just leave what they like and continue.
Exactly.
Yes.
Whatever they picked, I'm like, that's what I'm going, and I'm keeping that take, of what they picked.
Yep.
But, you're going to have times when they're not going to like what you're doing.
Right.
And so, to make that personal connection, though, I encourage you to connect with them these days on a Zoom call.
Right.
And everybody seems cool with, hey, how you doing? What's happening in Florida? What's happening in Phoenix? Yeah. But it was a successful thing last week because of that.
I was doing a show that I do for a client that we've been working together for years and years and years. And he said, that last show, because he gave me just a little bit different direction and we went just south with it or whatever. And he wrote me back after he got it and he said, that was the best read of the season.
Wow.
So I took that read and I put it in a folder on my desktop so that I know for next season, that's the read. I can just pull it out anytime.
Excellent.
And get right back in that mode.
Your reference point.
As a matter of fact, I will actually put it on the screen. I'll listen to about 2 minutes of it and then just starting again with the next one.
That's great.
So I'm really in the exact same mode.
That's smart.
Yeah. Thank you. Well,
You've been doing this a bit,
I did make it through 10th grade,
You're very good, JJ.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Here's our little tips to keep. I have a beautiful piece of copy for next week, and I'm sorry, future students, but the script that I had gotten has very long run-on sentences in it. And guess what? The client didn't want any breaths. So one sentence is so long. And I did a breath where I thought would be good. And she was like, it needs to flow. And I go, well, I got to do a breath somewhere. So I found one spot to do it. But the majority of the copy is all very long-winded. So I figured it'd be a good challenge for students.
Wow.
Yeah.
That will be good. And I have one that's a lot of monstery lines and sound effects.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun.
It's really cool. Really cool.
That sounds nice.
Eating garbage.
What?
Yeah, it's for a recycling spot. I had so much fun in here. By the time I got to the end of it, I had to slate my name at the end, and I went, yeah, that was J.J. Wilson. And I just turned it off.
That's great.
It was really fun, really fun. So we'll have some fun on Wednesday night.
I think so.
Or last Wednesday night.
The next Wednesday. Let's just say that. We're going to have fun on the next Wednesday when we do a workout. We'll keep it generic.
Wow, that's really generic because that could be like 14 Wednesdays from now. If you don't just air this show till July,
you know what?
Then that means
I could bring that spot.
We're having a time travel meeting last Thursday at 4 p.m.
I could bring that spot that I just booked the baby voice for. See if
yes, you could do the baby voice.
See if anybody wants to try that one out.
I don't want to go to the party.
That brings me back when my kids were little. I was walking through one of the bookstores, and I was potty training my youngest, and there was a book that was right there in the front. It said "Stop and Go Potty," so I bought it.
Stop and go potty.
I used to bug my daughter Charlotte. We'd be outside playing, and I'd say, "Do you have to stop and go potty?" She'd look at me like, "No, Dad, we just went, and I'm 14. Stop."
The crazy thing about that job, though, is that it's a baby saying very adult things. So it was a strange little...
That was weird.
But you make it work. You make it work, and you commit as an actor. It's right.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't do babies very well anymore. No.
It's okay.
Because babies don't curse.
The hell are you doing, Mommy?
I can do whatever you want me to do.
Okay. I want those.
Hopefully, I think we answered the question to our students.
What the hell was the question?
It was
like an hour ago.
What does he recommend newbies do to try to find work initially?
Oh, do baby voices. All right. This has been another edition
of the Voiceover
Gurus podcast. It's been great seeing you.
Great seeing you, too. If you have something that you'd like us to talk about, please email us.
Well, I don't. I get ideas from the people, Linda.
I know. info@voiceover.guru. Or in addition to, join us for a
FedEx
workout. We have them
to
most Wednesdays.
555-1212.
JJ, this is my little tiny promotion part. We don't have sponsors. We don't have anything. Just join us for one of our Wednesday workouts, and you can register for that on our website at voiceover.guru.
And Bill's Clamps.
Brought to you by... Oh, yeah, by the way, if anybody wants to sponsor us, we're willing to take your money and talk about you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you know?
Absolutely. We talked about somebody today. Who did we talk about?
A product? A client?
Yeah, there was some we were talking about.
Oh.
I don't know. So let's, Mayer's Jewelers is one of my favorite places, Linda. And Bill's Lamborghini. Oh, that's right. We're done. Okay. Great to see y'all.
I used, real quick, flashback. There's something called a live...
Oh, I used to have those.
Live read that you do, in radio for sponsors. And I had one for a diet pill that I did 3 breaks a day for a year and a half. Talking about this diet pill as if it was something that I did all the time. And I would have to have a relatable 3 times during my shift about, the other day I was trying on a pair of pants. They couldn't fit. But you know what? I picked up this Metabolite, for a year and a half because they loved it so much. I was getting paid really good money. So, of course, I kept making up the stuff. But, just sorry.
That's what my dad used to do.
The live reads.
The live, because he was live on the Night Owl movies, and he would just see remember Cy Sims?
No.
Sims clothing store. I'm Cy Sims, and I'm Cy Sims. It was him and his son.
No.
But my father would just go right into a live spot, and they loved that because he'd do like 4 minutes.
Yeah. On
the store instead of the original 30 seconds that they were supposed to get.
Yeah.
And that's fun. And I got to do that too on live TV for a while.
That's fun.
It's
improv and creativity all coming together.
Absolutely.
See, it all comes together.
It all does.
It does. So get out there, take some acting classes, take some improv classes, do some workouts with us. And thank you for joining us for another episode of the Voiceover Gurus
podcast.
Thank you, JJ.
Starring...
JJ.
Well, thanks for joining me. No, Linda. Bruno.
Bye.
Bye-bye.